Namaskar, Assalamu alaikum, good morning. Today I have brought up the visa details for the Georgia. Since this is the time, this is the period when students are trying to get admission there, so it is good to know this information in detail. However, in UAE, there are many agents who guides, who advises, but it is better to have their own knowledge. So I have brought up some details about the Georgia. Here the first slide says the hotline of the consular department. So this department is dedicated for the advice that how you travel and how you get admission there. But we will also would like to know through this video. So Georgian visa shall be divided into the following categories. So there are basically 5 categories that we are going to discuss here. The first one is diplomatic, that means the person having diplomatic passport. Second one, special. Special is someone that they people are not ordinary, but at the same time they don't have diplomatic passport. So these categories are special. However, this is guaranteed by the government. Then the ordinary, that means ordinary travelers. And the fourth one is immigration department. So immigration department, immigration visa, they are using or issuing the immigration visa which is mostly used for the students. So this one is for our use and we will discuss this in detail. And the fifth, the last one is transit visa. So transit visa means you are transferring yourself by the road from one airport to another airport. So this transit visa issued by all of the countries, but for us the immigration visa is important, that we are going to explain in detail, to understand in detail. So here immigration visa, there are the 5 types. The first one is D1, then D2, D3, D4, D5. So D1, visa D1 for individuals arriving in Georgia to conduct labor activity. This is really need to understand that the person who is going for the job, they will receive D1 visa. Then the representative and of official duty, representative of the government of the organization, international organization. Then concluded contracts. Concluded contracts means you are going for certain job for the certain period. So these are concluded contracts. And then entrepreneurial activity. So entrepreneurial activity means you are going to study for the opportunity of open and entrepreneurship. So these kind of visas comes under the category D1. Then there is D2 visa. D2 visa, sports, culture, scientific activity, then educational mission. Educational missions means you are going as a for the job but not permanent basis on some of the periods. Then there freelancer or internship. Freelancer, that means you are a columnist, you are going for some of the purpose for particular topic, for particular area, something that you don't have any authorized organization, you are doing it individually. Then internship, it is some kind of education but for the certain period. Then mass media or the volunteers. Volunteers in case of emergency in the country, and the mass media basically for the journalist. Then the most important, the third category is D visa. D visa, D3 visa we are going to use for the students. That's why this is important for all the guardians, for all the students. So this is typically designed for study, research and international programs. So international programs are also kind of a study, but for particular project, particular subject. Research, that you all know that after the certain education you need to have the guarantee, have the opening, have the opportunity for the research. Then study. So study means general education. So D3 visa is dedicated for study, research and international programs. So this one we have to take, this is dedicated for the students. Then the fourth categories are D4 visa. So D4 visa is simply family reunification. That means when your child have taken admission there and you are visiting second time, that time if you have not visa on arrival, you don't want to use that time, so you may take D4 visa. This is designed for that someone is already there from your family, So you are going to meet him again. Then the last one is D5 visa. D5 visa especially designed for the investment purpose or the person who is having the property there, already property there. So, but here typical thing is to understand that this assessment that you have a property, there should have some value which should be more than 100,000, equal to or more than 100,000 US dollar, and that must be assessed by certified assessor of the body accredited by the legal entity under public law. That means this is something that is already defined, already certified organization. They will assess your property and they will issue a certificate that your property value is more than 100,000. In that case, you will get that D5 visa. So these are the visa types of immigration that we are going to use during the Georgia stay for the child, for the education of the child. That's all. Thank you very much. Your feedback are most welcome.